really need to get on the street now. Tent City has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Tent City has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
We'll be going to the detention center in Willacy County, and we're going there for a vigil. United Methodist Women are putting this together out of a branch off from a CMT3 border ministry project, and so we will be going there to protest, to advocate for the closure of detention centers, and that human rights be observed. And our stance as United Methodists is that all immigrants be treated with human dignity, no matter what the legal status is. We'll be out there with a voice for those without a voice.
We are here today at the Willacy County Tent City, as it's called, to protest the treatment of undocumented persons who are being held in tents until they are processed. We are here to claim not only their rights as human beings, but to call our nation to understand that this is an issue not just about breaking the law, about criminalizing, but it's an issue about human rights, it's an issue about human dignity. And we think that as Christians we are making a stand as we should.
Reasons being substandard living conditions for detainees, frequent sexual assaults on female detainees by guards, lack of legal aid and access and due process, reports of rotten and inadequate food supply, poor access to medical and mental health care. Many for-profit detention centers seek profit over the needs of detainees. United Methodist Church calls for the elimination of privately operated detention centers, which are not regulated by the federal or state governments. Dr. Machado. We are here today because something is wrong. Wrong. And we are here today not because we believe that we are the object of history, but because we believe in a God who works in human history, and we have come as agents of history to change what is wrong. We are the church and we are the people of God. We are the children of God. I am an immigrant. I was born in Cuba and raised in New York. And one of the things that I remember most when I was a child was looking at the Statue of Liberty. Everybody knows about the Statue of Liberty. Stands there in New York Harbor, welcoming every single immigrant that comes to this nation. When I learned as a child that the Statue of Liberty was not paid with government money, but it was paid by money raised by the French, who gave it to the United States as a gift, and raised by New Yorkers in 1885. When the statue came to New York, it was all put together in 1886, I thought, wow, that statue was put together to welcome me. I am in a country that wants immigrants. I am in a country that is made by immigrants. But something is wrong. The poem that's on the Statue of Liberty was written by a Portuguese Jewish woman. Did you know that? Emma Lazarius. And it's a beautiful poem, and some of us know the most famous line. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Send these, the homeless. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Throughout the decades, the Statue of Liberty has been a worldwide symbol of freedom, of welcome, of second chances, of new opportunities, of international friendships. Because this is a nation shaped and made strong by the presence and the work of millions of immigrants. But look across the street. look at the tents, and we realize something has gone wrong. A nation built by the hard work of outsiders, a nation built by the hard work of immigrants, has now become a nation that builds a wall across the southern border and treats its undocumented immigrants as criminals and enemies. We have gathered here today to raise a voice of concern, to raise a cry of pain, to ask our government to stop and to carefully reevaluate its current non-functioning immigration policy and to promote change. We elected a president who over and over reminded us, si se puede, yes we can. And we are here to say to our president, we are here to say to our Congress, yes we can, and yes we must. We must change our immigration laws. We must change immigration policy. But we are not just gathered here as citizens of this great nation, because I am a citizen. We are also gathered here as Christians, and we call forth the words of the prophet of ancient Israel, who reminds us that God calls us to do the following. God calls us to administer justice, to show mercy and compassion to one another. God reminds us, do not oppress the widow, do not oppress the fatherless, the alien, and the poor. As Christians, we stand in protest to how the immigrants in Tent City are being treated. As Christians, we are concerned that our government continues to struggle with a system of laws and policies that create inhuman and unjust responses to immigrants crossing the border without documentation, because they find no options for survival in their own country. We are here today to call for change. President Obama, we want change. U.S. Congress, we want change. We want to see less money put into sealing our southern border, less money put into making it a militarized zone. We want to see an immigration policy created not out of fear and suspicion and racism and hate. We want to see our nation respond to those who enter without documentation in a way that will open a path to their full and legal inclusion in the life of this country. We are here as Christians, as U.S. citizens. Somos americanos y queremos cambio. Somos los hijos de Dios y queremos cambio. We want a system that will change because we know that there are many undocumented who continue to be exploited by unscrupulous employers, who are criminalized in the media, who are not seen as human, and are put into tents run by corporations who make a profit from the misery and invisibility of the powerless. How far have we as a nation fallen from the ideal and the call of the Statue of Liberty? How much have we forgotten that the outstanding characteristics of this nation is that not that it was shaped by monarchies or the powerful, but that this is a nation of immigrants. This is a nation of immigration. In this new decade of the 21st century, we are asking for change. We are asking for a new vision and a new ethic that will create an immigration policy that will indeed live up to the ideal of the Statue of Liberty and will administer, as God has called us to, mercy and compassion. We are in a new time. We are in the time of Obama. And we are asking Mr. President for new laws that reflect justice, but also mercy and compassion. The women and the men who inhabit this city are not criminals. Let us return to them their sense of personhood. Let us show them that the United States can do much better than clean. Much better than arm the southern border. It can do much better than create tents. We must have a new immigration policy. We need immigration reform that will not pedal to racism and xenophobia. ¿Qué es lo que dice el pueblo? ¡Sí se puede! ¿Qué es lo que dice el pueblo? ¡Sí se puede! What do the people of God say? Yes, we can!